Matt, I'm glad we decided to sit down and chat a little bit about your work here at Chesapeake Midlantic Marketing, and also sharing with everyone what you do, what you like to do. You've been with our organization, the Chesapeake Midlantic organization, for quite a while now. And in that time, you've obviously worn a lot of hats, as we all do.
Absolutely.
Give me a little idea of what you were doing and what your focus is now, because a lot of our customers know you through a lot of different types of
a lot of different hats.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, I started out doing the same thing that you do, Nick. And if somebody watches your introductory video, they'll see the enthusiasm that you have with being out in the field, putting together project quotes, things along those lines. That's what I started out doing. I worked behind the desk as an inside guy for a period of time, and I worked on the outside.
Gives you a lot of perspective from knowing what everybody does in our world.
Yeah, well, I try to understand the different perspectives for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And where has that led you now? And it's great that you have that experience of wearing a lot of the different hats and obviously understanding our industry and the technology. I know your expertise is very high. But where has that evolved, and what direction are you going now with the organization?
So now I'm responsible for, I don't know if I want to say marketing, but add to it whatever title you want. I feel that my responsibility is to deliver information to our customer base in a unique way that's easy to consume, that's relevant to topics of today, whether it's new technologies, improved technologies, whatever it is, and then take that message of that technology and how it applies to their world. So as an example, we might go out on a demo site, I might go with you, and capture that in photographs, in video, in audio, and capture that experience and be able to take it, put it onto YouTube, onto our different delivery methods, right? Whatever works right for the consumer, and have that video available, have that information available so they can say, I never thought of that. Or, wow, that really pertains to how I protect my perimeter, or that pertains to how the challenge that I'm having with low light imaging, the challenge I have with intrusion detection. So it allows us to take our experiences in the field and bring someone into them that maybe has the same problem or didn't realize they had the same problem. I know that's a mouthful, but if you want to bundle that as marketing, then perhaps you call it marketing. I don't know exactly what you want to call it.
And I understand that, just like we don't like to call ourselves as salespeople because we understand technology so well, but I certainly see how your knowledge of the industry, of security, of customers' problems, of trying to solve them, evolves so well into this marketing, if we want to call it that, because it allows you to know what is interesting. You have a keen eye for the technology, for security, for problem solving. The marketing aspect is secondary, but I've seen your work and you're doing a great job at that. But I also see that you assist both inside and outside people in our organization by helping to, I guess, drive interest, where we are busy doing those demos and site surveys, things like that.
Right.
You're creating, I guess, interest and making people question. And
well, the way that I kind of look at that is that you guys are down this path, right? Every day you're behind the steering wheel, staring at your windshield, headed to the next meeting, thinking about that next meeting that you have, whether it's a site visit or a demo, and you're thinking about the logistics of it. Whereas you guys have given me the opportunity to sit back a little bit and say, well, that's a pretty interesting demo you're going to, or site visit, proof of concept, whatever it is. I think other people might actually be interested in that beyond the person that you're going to see. And you're so focused on the task at hand that to have that wide view is certainly a benefit, I think, to our organization and to our end users, our dealers.
In that role, and I couldn't agree more, because we are focused and our calendars are full with those type of proactive and reactive events, that it's nice to have somebody with that different perspective, and also trying to do a lot of education, because that's what we try to value ourselves as. That's the value add that we bring, and your role certainly contributes to that immensely. Of those different types of projects that you're involved in getting the word out and getting that messaging out, is there anything in particular that you do on a daily basis that is you find more intriguing?
Well, I'd have to say it's two things. One is the interesting sites that we get to go to, whether it's a site survey, which we don't capture a whole lot of because we don't know what we're getting into, right? But with the demonstrations, recently we were on the rooftop of an airport hangar. That's pretty cool, right? So it's interesting to get out there, haul gear up ladders, set up at night in the snow, in the rain, whatever it is. That's all interesting. But I think what is most interesting is what actually piques people's interest. So sometimes we'll go to these extravagant lengths to capture something, and we do all this production, and very few people react to it, right? So I'm like, well, okay, we put a lot of effort into that one. But then there's sometimes it's just these little things. Maybe it's just an explanation of something that's carried out in a blog post, and all of a sudden we're getting hundreds or thousands of hits, of reads, if you will. And that's pretty empowering as well because you just don't know what it's going to be. So I think that not knowing exactly what's going to work and what is pretty interesting. 5 o'clock comes around and we can look at the website track and see how people are clicking on things and what kind of interest level it's bringing. That's where the reward comes in at the end of it.
Yeah, and I can tell you probably respond very well to that because you have a very creative mind and you enjoy challenges. Speaking of challenges, tell us a little bit about what Matt does when he's not marketing and things like that. I find it to be somewhat challenging in your personal life too.
The only challenge is that there's only 24 hours in a day. I mean, that's I guess that's really the challenge. I'm in a little bit of public safety, paramedic in Harford County. Yep. Also do National Ski Patrol out at Whitetail in southern Pennsylvania. Wish we had more snow, but 3 months a year, that's good enough, I guess. So I do have a public safety interest, and I do a little bit of paramedic instructing at the Community College of Baltimore County.
That's excellent. It's I see there's potentially a second job, but it's obviously not work because you enjoy doing it, and that's great. In a previous career also, you were a business owner. How has the experiences you had doing that apply to working with our team and supporting this organization?
Probably, so for 13 years I had a chain of retail stores. Probably it's been more of a challenge for you than for me. And I say that because I have an entrepreneurial mind, and I believe that you guys having me as one of the team is probably sometimes a struggle because I'm trying to change this and move that and bob and weave and duck as we go. And I think in general that's a good thing, but sometimes I can see where, Matt, we have this focus, we got to get down this path. But I think overall, the entrepreneurial spirit drives throughout our company. Nobody has these hard boundaries. Everybody's encouraged to be creative, come up with new ways, ask why we're doing what we do. And so hopefully that fits into how I interact with you guys.
It's been a great fit, and I can certainly see that with the many hats that we wear, the many roles that we wear, and that we all try to be creative and challenged and think outside the box, get outside of our comfort zone, and you're usually the first one there doing that. So we appreciate
I'll drag you along.
Thank you, Matt. It was a pleasure catching up.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
All right.